Hi, this is Wanda. So we're talking about the body rituals among the Narcemia. I can't pronounce it, but my reflection is that the ritual fasts um, are made are made to make fat people thin. In ceremony, they have those ceremony feasts to make thin people fat. I was as reading it came to that Miner concluded that the Narcirima are magic written people whose survival is bewildering. Though Miner never discloses in the article itself, but the ritual among the Narcium is a satiric account of American society itself. I believe it depicted American culture by the belief that women are under more pressure than men are to have certain body type in them. When you look at the American society today, they make women, these women believe that the thin women that we see on TV, the models, the ones that don't eat, that's really thin, is supposed to be the beauty of women. So women like myself that are thick or heavy set women, we're supposed to, in order for us, for our beauty to shine, we're supposed to look like that. So when you think about it, the different ethnic groups will have different sets of body standards and culture expectations. Men are more satisfied with their body size and appearance than women are. When you think about the communication pattern in my culture that is obsessed from other outside observers is that face-to-face communication. Nonverbal communication can also be interpreted in many ways throughout the different cultures. But face-to-face communication is very important in my African American culture because of the way we use a lot of nonverbal actions when communicating. Like, we have that eye-to-eye contact, our head nodding, and touch. So with eye contact, it's common to look into each other's eyes when speaking, but when listening, we have a tendency to look away. African Americans often use touch as a form of greeting, but one thing we do not like certain aspects of touch, especially being touched on our head. Especially African American women, we don't like nobody touching our hair because it seems as an offense and belittling gesture. The way it is connected to the U.S. values is a face to face distinction in being able to set the other party or parties in the conversation. It allows a better exchange of information since both speakers and listeners can see and interpret body language and facial expressions. When the way we get engaged in conversation on a day-to-day basis are rarely monitored conversations. Today, forms of communications are becoming more advanced and steering away from traditional ways of interacting with people. Recently, in the past few years, people have become more dependent on using technology to talk to one another versus in person. This advancement of technology started to limit how efficiently we communicate with one another. Our face to face communication styles may have become weaker and not as effective as they used to be. Because I remember a time when I was coming up, we played outside. We wanted to talk to somebody. We had one phone, which was a house phone. And if we wanted to call, we called somebody, but we really wanted to see somebody. We go outside and we play. We talk to people. We didn't have the cell phones. We didn't have the internet. Even going to school, we went to school. There was no online schooling, so we had to have that face-to-face communication. So it have became weaker and not as effective as they used to be. In society today, it appears that many people don't know how to talk, interact, or learn from one another in different types of settings without using technology to aid them. We live in a time in which we are always permanently visible and available through our many internet outlets. We look around at the average social settings and see the impact of this technology on society. Restaurants, cafes, we see the signing tables. We go in there and it's just people are sitting at tables like this here. or on their tablets like this here. Their face, everything. Nobody's in a conversation anymore. We go on these trains rides, get on the buses, to the commutes. It's very quiet. It used to be a time where you always hear noise on these subways and these trains. And now everybody has actually got their face in a laptop, a tablet, or a phone. So it's very silent. And then when you walking, you go by people, the blank faces on people. People used to smile, hey, how you doing? You don't see that anymore. It's these blank faces because everybody is on their tablet or their phone. There's no more communication. Uh, they're communicating through that. So that's what happens. Because there seems to be a disconnect with all this connection going on. It seems to be a disconnection. Lucas Langerder of Huntington University from the JURJHS Volume 14, The Mobile Technology. It affects face-to-face communication and interpersonal interaction. Says it not only seems to lessen face-to-face communication, but multiple studies have showed that the internet usage can cause feelings of loneliness and busyness. Therefore, in this conclusion of this video, face-to-face communication is, I would say, 1% exists in society today, because everybody is on their phones, on their tablets, on their computers. This is how people now communicate with each other, through that. Thank you so much. I hope you understood everything I said. God bless you and enjoy.